I was wondering if you could reflect a little bit on the concept of going into a summit or a conference and not knowing what the sessions were going to be because they weren't announced, and knowing that all of the sessions came from within the community. I mean, like we did all the behind the scenes organization and working, as you know, with the people that had something to offer, but knowing that you're paying for a conference and you're not quote unquote guaranteed, keynote speakers. Like, what did that feel like, and how did the experience then meet the fears or the expectations or the lack of expectations? If you could just talk about that process a little bit, because it's really different than any other conference.
Yeah, of course. So that was, knowing we were going to the conference, the summit, and not having a schedule initially, there's a sense of unease that comes with that, right? But me as a personality, I tend to trust that people are always bringing me their highest good until they show me they're not. So I just assumed whatever it is, it's going to be great, and I'll just roll with it. And that goes back to what I said earlier, trying to live a little bit more relaxed life. And in this instance, I was able to do that. And so when I first got to the program, we went through it and decided what we were going to go to. And I actually didn't even realize until you said it, I think in one of the first sessions, that everything was coming from the community. And that actually makes it so much more valuable for me. I felt like that's so much better because, and especially, as I think about this, some of the keynote speakers that you see at conferences, and maybe not so much unschooling, but just so often they're people that you can't really relate to and can't really connect to. And yeah, maybe they had some struggles, of course, but now they're so far down that line that it's not reality anymore. And this was real people talking about real things. And, there wasn't that sense of separation. It was just, we're all working this together, and you're sharing your ideas, and this is how you did it, and this is what, might work for you. And I love that. I say this, but I feel like, the conference was so reasonably priced too, right? Like, if it had been awful, it wouldn't have been such a big deal because it wasn't such a huge expense. I was still in Mexico enjoying this amazing place, but it was incredible and life-changing. So I would have paid 3 times as much. The big things that I saw at the summit was you don't have to already be living this lifestyle. You don't have to already be traveling. You could even still have your kids in the system and just know that the system isn't quite right for you. Going out and meeting this community and being in an environment where you're holding the space, Lainey, I think that there is huge benefit to every single person that walks through the door. And whether you decide at the end that world schooling is the way you want to live your life, or you decide you want to stay where you are, just getting clearer on what your intention is for living the life you want, that's an amazing thing to happen. And I don't think anybody could come to this conference and not feel strongly by the end of it. Whatever your feeling is, you're going to feel something strongly.